late start, as always. In this case, it's only 2 minutes late. So this is going to be, we're going to be doing a Kubeflow Codelab walkthrough. And I'm going to grab the Kubeflow link from down here. Update the review info file. Okay, and I'm intentionally doing this on a machine that I haven't done any Kubeflow stuff on before, so that I can get the full things being broken experience, assuming that something is. I have breakfast cereal, but I don't have any coffee because I forgot to buy coffee, and that makes my life kind of sad. But don't worry, I drank a bunch of Earl Grey tea. Sorry, no, English breakfast tea, because it was breakfast time this morning. So I'm at least mildly caffeinated. So with that, well, that gets cut out a bit, but I guess I can, there we go, maybe, yay, cool, okay, so that fits, okay, I got the chat window up if anyone has any questions. Otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and get this started. Bring the Kubeflow introduction over here. And so we can see that Kubeflow is for doing machine learning. And the idea is that it can give us a unified system for distributed machine learning and serving. And we're going to build something for some handwriting recognition using Jupyter notebooks. It's going to be fun. We're going to use a shit ton of Google products because that's how it rolls. But it's important to note that while this is showing the Google Container Registry, the GKE Google Kubernetes cluster, GCS, and all of these other things, it doesn't actually depend on them, right? It needs a container registry, but many vendors provide container registries. Many vendors provide Kubernetes clusters. You can spin up your own, and so on. So, like, we're going to be using the Google stack today, but it doesn't depend on that. And so we could also do it just purely on a local machine, but that sounds like less fun and more likely to not be fun. And so in theory, it's going to give us 21 minutes. Small cheat, I do have Google Cloud Shell already installed on this machine, and that's just because I've used it to do some other projects. So if you don't have that, you're going to want to start out with downloading the Google Cloud Shell. We do want to enable the Kubernetes API, which, once again, is enabled. Oh, sorry, we have it enabled for our project already. I'm going to go ahead. This is not the right one. Programmer boo. Boop, boop, boop. And we can see that it's already turned on here. But in my other account where it wasn't turned on, there is like a nice little button where we can just press enable. Except now, because I switched accounts, it's in a different project, and so it's not very happy about that. I already have projects. I have this sort of catch-all demo project where the things inside of it can get deleted and I don't have to worry about it. The things which need to be a little bit longer lived are in their own projects. And so we're going to go ahead and use my generic demo project. And I already have a test cluster. We could make it. I'm gonna actually check my clusters and see if I've got one with some space on it, because I know that making a cluster can take just a moment or two. So let's go and take a look at my clusters. I'm pretty sure I made a test cluster last night. I'm also get fetch result URL fit. Oh well, okay. Oh yeah, so I also run a mention bot fork in this account. So, okay, Kubernetes engine, clusters. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, so I have my review tools cluster, I have a generic holding cluster, and I have cluster-1. I think that's the one I just made last night. We can just use cluster 1 for tonight. Oh, sorry, not tonight, this morning. Clearly a little out of it. But if you don't have a cluster, you can make it from the UI, or you can make it following along from here. So there's this handy thing here where it sets up. Yeah. Cool. Kubeconfig generated for cluster-1, and we'll delete it later. Okay, and change our permissions. Need more cereal. I don't know if I have the chaos commands installed on this machine. It looks like I don't. Okay. So let's go actually see what the latest version of chaos on net is. I'm going to releases. It's like a releases page normally. Oh, yeah. 14 releases. There's a new version. Let's try it. What could go wrong, right? So, oh, okay. Chaosver is going to be. So I'm on Linux. That's going to be the version we use, and then what's a really no, I don't. Whatever. We swap. It's more like artifact name as version 0.12.0. Whatever. I'm just going to be lazy. Copy link address. Cool. I'm gonna actually have a cool. Yeah, okay, so now I have the chaos command. And that's just because I have this ~bin directory already in my path. And if you don't, you would do something like export path equals okay. I'm gonna actually chaos scratch. I'm gonna assume this is gonna make some files. This is gonna. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, and so we can see it's made chaos on net Kubeflow. So we can. Yeah, so it says typically your chaos on net directory will be checked into version control along with the rest of your code. So let's do that. Check in initial chaos on net Kubeflow generated configuration. Cool. Okay, so yeah. So there's a bunch of different Kubeflow packages. There's TF serving, TF job, and Kubeflow core. There's also things like Selden core, which is a Kubeflow package. I think Selden core Kubeflow. I think there is. Okay, yeah. So there's a. Let's go into here. Kubeflow components. So there's a Kubernetes server. Some other fun things inside of here. Okay. Kubeflow. Okay, yeah, there we go. TF serving, Selden, PyTorch job, Pachyderm, OpenMPI. So there's a whole bunch of different things inside of here that we could all turn on. That being said, we're going to stick with the Codelab because I want to get to the office where there is coffee. And so, okay, let's also pick Kubeflow. I don't see explicit release tags mentioned here. Which branch do we want? Well, so this is written against version 0.1, but there is a version 0.2. So we could try version 0.2. That might not be the best plan, but oh, and there's Prow test jobs. Cool. We've been looking at using Prow in another project for some other stuff. This is RC0. I'm gonna actually go ahead and like 80% sure I have a fork of this already. I do. I'm gonna go to my fork and figure out what the different tags are, and we'll figure out which tag we want to run. We might try a newer tag, decide that was a bad idea. Okay, yeah, so this machine, like I said, doesn't have Kubeflow on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and clone my own fork. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'll just stick to the version that this is written for. Let's do that. Because once again, I do want coffee today. And so this is just adding RC0 as a tag, and then we install these with KS. Oh, cool. Can you reduce the video bitrate for users like me? 1200 is enough for a screencast. Yeah. Let me look at my OBS settings. So it won't let me change it midstream. It's limited to 15 frames, I think, or maybe that's only on my other machine. It's possible. Yeah, no. So it's limited to 15 frames to hopefully use less bandwidth. But I'll definitely look at bringing this down a little bit for next time. Just because Twitch gets really annoyed when I stop midstream and restart, at least with OBS and Restream. Yeah, so we're gonna put this on GKE. Sorry, not. Yeah. And now we do apply. Yay! I spilled milk on my dress. Okay, so our name is Kubeflow Core, and we're putting it on GKE. And we can take a look at what's being provisioned. cool. So we have a bunch of containers still being created, but we have some things that have actually started, so that's cool. Cool. And it looks like we ran the word count example. That, I'm sure, was very useful. Word count for everyone! Yay! Sorry, I get a little cynical when I haven't had my morning coffee. Okay, that's cool. I am really curious why it kicks off a word count example, though. Like, I'm gonna write a to-do note to myself to investigate why we're kicking off a word count example. Investigate why WC during I mean, it could just be like a quick smoke test, which would be totally reasonable, but I want to see if we do it in other situations too. But okay, cool. Now we're gonna train some happy stuff. I normally put my stuff in like this kind of junk bucket, but we'll make a explicit junk bucket for today's adventures. Whose KS training data are make our bucket. I'm not sure why this has me move back into the Kubeflow introduction project directory. I'm sure there'll be a good reason soon. So let's go ahead, do this part. Okay. So we set this, and then we give our account that. Is this the account things are running in? I'm not like completely sure. It probably is. I think it might be. It might actually be running in a different account because I didn't cluster the way we were told to back in the introduction stage. Okay. Yeah. And so we'll get the key as some JSON. Okay. And so $project ID. Thought we set that though, didn't we? Oh, did we do that over? God damn it. No. We did it here, I thought. Okay, export project ID equals whose. I guess I never did. Export project ID equal whose demo projects are rad. Let's double check that that's actually what it is. Yeah, it's going to be auth user 1. Go to the console. Oh yeah, we set the default project, but we didn't export it. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Yay, we have our key. Yeah. Now we're going to build a container. Yay. I guess we'll use today's date for the tag. Sure. I don't have a Docker file here, do I? I feel like I've missed a step. Yeah, okay. So these comments are not shell form. That's fine. So it's our version tag. This is our where our Docker container is going to end up. And then this Docker build. Yeah, okay, there is no Docker file here. Okay, am I missing something? Let's go back into our introduction. Yeah. Cool. Cool. And training. So this Kubeflow introduction project directory. I mean, okay, I guess there's an implicit we should have forked this, which is fine. So we'll get clone Kubeflow introduction. We'll go there. We'll move our stuff from KS scratch, not Git files, but TensorFlow model here and scratch. Okay, so on that Kubeflow. Cool. Okay. Yay. So that makes more sense. Because now there should be a Docker file around here somewhere, right? Wait, I don't see the Docker file. Oh yeah. Okay, it is in TensorFlow-model. So if we look in TensorFlow model, I have a Docker file. Okay, so that makes sense. I'm just slightly confused why our Codelab doesn't tell people to clone this. But I also tend to not read all of the steps, which is one of my superpowers and also greatest downfalls, is skimming a lot of shit really quickly. Cool. We're going to download a bunch of stuff, which means I can eat cereal. And then I'll have enough food in me to ride a scooter to work. We should really upgrade pip. Oh, alright, cool. Great success. So we've done our Docker build. We're happy. I guess they want us to run our container first locally and make sure that it does some stuff. Yeah, okay. It's clearly running. Our training accuracy is honestly better than some models I've seen in production. Okay. So, yeah. This is the new fancy way of doing it. Previously, you used to do things like alias, Docker. So we used to use this command called gcloud-docker, but we can see up here it says gcloud-docker is not supported for Docker versions 18.03 and higher. And so instead, we just use Docker directly, but we use the fancy Docker authentication mechanism. Okay, we're going to push our container. Yay. Most of these layers should be cached. No, I guess none of them are. Okay. Okay, there we go. Layer already exists. I was expecting more of this, but that's fine. I guess we had more commands in there than I thought. Okay. Cool. And now we can go back into our KSONNet directory momentarily, and we can kick off a TensorFlow training job. And remember, we saw that long list of other things that we can do besides TensorFlow training jobs. And then this will kick off our training job. And then we'll eat more cereal, because training jobs take a hot minute or two. Cool. And then we look at our TF job. Yay! Cool. Restart on failure. Sure. And yeah, okay, it's created the pod in the service 22 seconds ago. And it's running. Yay! Yeah, we could get the logs, I guess. So this is the magic. Extract the pod name programmatically. But yeah, we can see, ooh, yeah, our training accuracy is doing pretty much the same thing, but in the cloud. The cloud. If I say that multiple, error 403, getting, okay, that's weird, because we did give it permission. This is Kubeflow-Codelabs. Okay, export. Okay, it's Kubeflow-Codelabs project ID. Okay. Underscore email. Yeah. Yep. Oh, did we forget to rerun this step? I definitely could have seen that. Okay, let's kick off this job a second time. Cool. Okay. Oh. Okay. This looks more happy. Uploading model. Cool. So we fixed the permission issue, and so now the job was able to finish. I don't prefer the GUI. That's fine. So we can generate MNIST, the hello world of deep learning. And we can generate a serving bucket. Just started. Don't know what hacks with an EH. Huh. That's kind of cool. With OCaml. Huh. Never heard of hacks before. Is this what you're talking about? Jen's duck. Cool. Okay, cool. We have a model server. Sure, let's have a web UI so we can actually hit the model server easily. What's Kubeflow like? Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. It's for doing integrated model training and serving, because a lot of systems, including the ones that I work on, like Apache Spark, don't really have a great model serving story historically. Although, to be fair, everyone's now trying to fix their model serving stories. So we shall see how it all pans out. And this is just with TensorFlow, but as we were looking at earlier, there are a bunch of different jobs as well. There's a Selden job, which you can use to serve a lot of different things, and then there's PyTorch and other things in here as well. It's like on my to-do list is to try and get Spark in here. Actually, seeing now that we have Pachyderm in here, that's kind of interesting. Because I haven't played enough with Pachyderm. What the fuck? Oh, okay, yeah. So this is building the web UI, which predictably needs to install a shit ton of crap. The web UI is optional. I mean, and actually, strictly speaking, you can use it just for the parts you want. This is going to take a long time. Oh, but it's done. Yay! We don't have to reconfigure Docker each time, since we've already configured Docker to authenticate with our Google Cloud account once. We don't have to do that repeatedly. And then you can make a fancy web UI. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Fancy web UI momentarily. Generate the service, apply the component to our cluster, and then we're going to go and find our fancy web UI. Ooh, okay, we don't have an external IP yet. I'm going to put watch in front of it. I should get an external IP assigned, right? Yeah. Oh, I definitely have a cluster IP. Whoa, that says age 25 minutes. I really hope that didn't take them 25 minutes to get to. Oh yeah, I have an external IP. I think I have an external IP. Yeah. Okay. Oh, interesting. So it's connected, and we can test random images and see how it performs. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I wish it let me draw a thing here, but I guess that would be a bunch more JavaScript. Yeah, That's cool. And now we're just going to get rid of all this shit. Yeah, the cluster 1 cluster that I had doesn't actually have anything important on it, so it's probably easiest to just was just created to save some time last night. I think I don't remember what zone it's in though. Come on. US Central 1A. Okay. Yes. Goodbye cluster. And yeah. Now, while that's happening, we can also, in parallel, delete the data that we uploaded that we don't need anymore. And really, I guess that's it for today. Yeah, I might as well delete these images. Actually, I don't have to specify the digest ID if I... Oh, it's, no, I'm still doing list tags. Ah! Fancy web tools. That's never what I want. Yeah. Cool. I guess I only have one copy of these in this account, so we're good. Or in this project. Cool. Looks like it's not around anyways. Okay. So that's it. Ooh. There's a bunch more code labs with other fun things in here. I'm probably never going to bother doing them, but that's cool. And so it's been a super brief run through of that code lab. Probably later on this week when I get some more free time, I'm going to do some live streaming to try and get Spark working inside of Kubeflow. That's going to take a lot longer than 30 minutes though. But I think that'll be a fun adventure too. So thank you all for joining me, and regardless, I will definitely have some other thing happening this week. This Friday at 9 a.m. I should actually probably reschedule this to 10 a.m. I'm actually going to do that now. So this Friday at 10 a.m. I will do a live stream, weekly live stream code review. And I'll send up a follow-up email to other people. And it's just because I'm probably going to Seattle that morning, and just in case my flight gets late, I don't want to be super rushed. So yeah, Friday at 10 a.m. I'll be doing a code review for Apache Spark. And we normally go to the Spark PRs and look at the open PRs from people who are okay with their code being reviewed live. I think it's kind of fun. I should probably update the Twitch event too, but I'll do that afterwards. Thank you all for joining me. Have a lovely rest of your week.